All right, let's talk about sometimes things happen and you cannot answer exactly why. You see these onions that I have planted here, this is the worst germination that I can recall ever having. This side is plethora onions, this side is sweet agent onions. Now give it, these plethora onions were about a year old, and I've heard that onions is one of those seeds that they don't last as long as others. I don't know if that's the case or not. But even with that being said, this here, these sweet agent onions, is this year's seed. And just look at this germination. So what I'm gonna do today is I had to kind of weigh my options. I can get a whole new flat and start over and just waste all this dirt that's in here. Or what I decided to do is actually just replant each cell. And the temperature's already starting to get cool at night. This is actually already November the 3rd, so I'm already way behind anyway. So my plan is to replant each one of these cells and take this flat inside at night and bring it back out during midday or a little later when the temperatures are showing around 70 degrees. With that being said, when I planted these seeds, I actually took the dome cover and put over that and put these seeds inside the house, and you can still see what this germination is, and I can't explain exactly why. So what we're going to do today is replant some of these and see if it works this next time, which whenever I get these planted, I'm not going to use this dome cover, being as these have already got going a little bit. And one reason I don't want to leave it inside during the daytime also is because I realize these obviously need sunlight at this point, so I need to get them some sun every day, and I'm not have a really great place set up with a good grow light. So we're just gonna go through here and replant these and just see what happens, and I'll try to keep an update and let everyone know how it went. So I'm just gonna take this popsicle stick here, make some divots in each one of these cells. We're going to go back. Now with that being said, I actually think, if I recall, I was kind of stingy with these seeds. A lot of times I put 2 to 3 seeds per cell depending on what I'm planting. But with that being said, I didn't need this many onions, so if 3/4 of them came up, I'd have been perfectly happy, which that didn't happen. So I only planted the first time 1 seed per cell. And this time, I'm going to plant 2 per cell, and hopefully we're going to have a little bit better luck out of this than what I did the first time. So we're going to go through here. About got them all. These onion seeds here are black, so you got to be careful. This dirt's wet too, so sometimes it kind of blends in there. All right, like I say, these are the sweet agent onion seeds. These are the ones that were purchased this year, so they're not a year old or anything. So it is kind of amazing how the germination rate still wasn't too much difference from the ones that was a year old to this year compared to what I've heard about onion seed, but I guess you never can tell. If I can get these open real quick, we can get on with this task. Like I say, maybe it was that dome, maybe it actually kept the soil a little too moist, and we had some issues with that, but I just haven't had that issue in the past. I really think, hey, sometimes we just have to never really know what the answer is, and just keep going and keep trying. But like I say, and I understand at this point, it may be a little late, you know. I understand these onions over winter, but I'm not exactly sure of what size they need to be before they can be prepared to take a few frost. You know, if these things are still pretty short and I get them planted outside and a frost comes along, well, are they going to make it if they're still real small? I don't know, but guess what? I guess this will be a learning experience, and I will know next time how big a deal that may be. And this last year was actually my first year planting onions by seed. I usually get the transplants, But last year I didn't have as much of an issue and actually worked out pretty well. I didn't have this germination problem. So this year, that's why I'm doing it again, is to hopefully have the same results. And pretty much last year had onions, I mean, a long time. Those onions stored for a long time. It was very successful, and I would definitely recommend, if you've never planted onions, to give it a try. What I've been seeing here is in this area, it's best to let them overwinter after you plant them, and so I just leave them out there all winter long, and they made it through the frost and everything, and they'll have a jump start, I guess is what you would say, come the spring. And that did work out for me last year, and hopefully this germination is going to work a little bit better this time. And hey, like I say, November 3rd, so is it going to be too late? That's going to be a test I'm going to have to find out. Let's cover these up here. I'm just going to go back through here and do my best I can to see exactly where these were. And get them covered up. Like I said, I kept on debating how I was going to do this, because these onions that's in here, I didn't feel like the roots have established enough that I want to take a chance at pulling them out of these cells, and then I could have just used this tray and left it inside until these other ones sprouted. But I felt like that would have been a worse decision, so I'm just going to put these seeds in here, put them inside at night so they'll stay pretty warm, bring them back outside when the daytime temperatures get up to around 70, which that's showing right now for at least all week, and then go from there. And some of these I may end up going back over here and not even realize it's how hard it is to see, especially with these little dimples that's in there. So hopefully in a couple weeks I can give y'all an update and let y'all know how this goes, and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching.